ladies and gentlemen, George Miller!
I'm getting to the age even walking downstairs can be difficult, okay? Good. So how you doing? I am too. Where y'all from? I am too. Good, good, good. See, I hosted a couple weeks ago. I got to keep my eye on that part right there, that camera, so I'm not ignoring you people over here. Well, actually, I am now. But my mom was here, you know, and does your mom, for the hosting, I mean, and does your mom always tell you stuff you know to do anyway? We're at the supermarket, and I say, well, I think I'll go back and get a half a gallon of milk. Well, be sure to pick out a carton that has the latest date stamped on it. Gee, Mom, I was going to get one that says, about to sour. And my mom would always say stuff to make me feel insecure. I remember on my 20th birthday, instead of saying happy birthday and all that, she had to bring out the fact that Charles Percy, the former senator from Illinois, when he was 20, he was the head of Bell and Howell Corporation. Can you see that, a 20-year-old kid? Yeah, we'll have a stockholders meeting at 10 o'clock. I'm flying to the coast at noon. I'll be meeting with the president of General Motors at 5 p.m. When I was 20, I was working at McDonald's. You want lids on these? What's been going on lately? USA Today had an unbelievable headline. I couldn't believe it. Can John Hinckley Jr. be trusted? Oh, yeah, let's get him to babysit. He followed Jodie Foster all around the country. Of course, I did the same thing with Oprah Winfrey, so I can't really... And Jim Baker's been more visible lately. For a while, Jim Baker was in seclusion. They said he was studying the Bible 6 hours a day, trying to find a loophole, I think. They started the applause over there. They started that applause. And television wants us to believe that women are attracted to Spuds McKenzie, this ugly, hairless dog that looks like a pig with a pirate patch. And I'm watching Entertainment Tonight a few weeks ago. They're reviewing movies, Burt Reynolds' movie Malone. And Mary Hart actually says this: we think you might have something better to do than go see this movie. And I'm thinking, if I had anything at all to do, would I be watching this sappy bitch? They bleep that on another show. And Bob Dylan's making a movie. He's playing an aging rock star. Gee, what a stretch. I saw an old Elvis Presley movie on television last night, and as I watched, of course, I took a whole bunch of different kinds of drugs. I know Elvis would have wanted it that way. What is this we're always hearing about? Somebody had an overdose of PCP and overdose? Does this mean there's a right amount we should be taking? And two guys got picked up. They had in their possession 100 pounds of angel dust, which is a real dangerous hallucinogenic drug, but actually what it is, of course, is an animal tranquilizer. So I guess if your cow gets wired on speed, you give him some angel dust and bring him back down. I don't know. Be neat, huh? Cow on speed. More applause. More applause. I thought I was drinking too much at one time. I didn't have any money for help. I went to budget psychiatrist, $3 a visit. Oh, you get what you pay for? I'm threatening suicide. He's saying you gotta do what you gotta do. I can't get a bargain. I went to a low-budget hospital. It was terrible, boy. They didn't have good equipment. They didn't even have anything to take my temperature with. The doctor had to use his wife's meat thermometer. I didn't mind taking off all my clothes, but getting into that little pan was a bitch. Thank you very much. I enjoyed talking to you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. We've got a great show tonight. We'll be talking with football bad boy Brian Bosworth. Brian Bosworth, I was talking too loud there. The Sean Penn of Super Jocks and the spectacular dance of Shabba-Doo. He's Madonna's dance expert, by the way. The Rippingtons are back, and we have the comedy of Howard Buzz Gang. That's Buzz. Who are they? Who are they? Who was that masked man?
Who was that guy in pink?
Who was that masked man? That was Mark Hudson in the Late Night Band now,
Yeah.
right? Okay, and you are Clint Holmes, I believe.
Clint Holmes. And the Late Plug Band.
And the yeah. Give me those
the
plugs
Blatant
right away,
Plug Band.
because that's actually why I'm
Punchline Club.
Yeah?
Do you know where that is?
It's Atlanta, Georgia.
You know, yes.
Atlanta, Georgia.
You know when you're going to be there?
No. August 26th.
Through the 30th.
Yeah, or maybe through the 27th, depending on how the engagement goes.
How the first night goes, yeah, I
sure.
understand, I know. And then you're going to be a regular on a new comedy series produced by George Schlatter this fall, premiering September 19th.
We don't know the name of it yet. It was Laugh Machine, and that name's been taken, so I don't know what they're going to do.
How about the George Miller Show?
Well, I suggested that to George, and he threw me out of his office.
I understand.
So I don't know.
And why are you picking on Mary Hart? You know, that's one of my...
You are entertainment tonight, and of course
I'm not
that
entertained
is
tonight.
a joke. And what happens is you got to be careful when you do those jokes, because you always run into the people later. I have a feeling tonight I'll go to the car, and there will be Mary, and she'll be walking Spuds McKenzie, probably.
She does have great legs. She does have great legs.
She does, yeah. That's very nice.
She's a nice lady, too. Anyway, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad to have you back, my friend.
Nice to see you. Oh, we shook hands before. That's right. That's a drunk guy always does that. He shakes hands 37 times, and I haven't had a drop. Now, I am the comic, of course, who's always looking for a gimmick, something that'll shoot me to the top. And the last time I was here, I did some family photo albums. By the way, they took away the desk, as you know, and so I brought a TV table from home. Okay? Thank you. Gee, I didn't think that would get that big a laugh, but I guess... Okay. I thought that would be more like activity, but it was... Okay, it's a good joke, I guess. Okay. TV table at home, and what I have, these are family photo albums. I think after I do some of these, you'll know me a little bit better. The first thing here is... These are, by the way, as you know, last time, they were beautiful photographs. Excellent photography.
Really well done.
This is Squirt, Washington. I showed this map the last time. Tiny little town over in eastern Washington. I used to think of myself, I know I don't look at it as a swinger, okay, kind of a man about town. And, of course, in Squirt, that means you take a heavy dose of contact and then go out and drive and operate machinery. And here we have my Uncle Lewis. Why did they laugh at that? I don't know why. I thought they laughed at contact. They laughed at... Okay, Uncle Lewis, what's that? Okay.
It's a great photo.
They're great. Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah.
Uncle Lewis, very depressed. For 30 years, he thought he could do hypnosis, and recently found out it was just his normal conversation that was putting people to sleep. Here we have my dad. Looks a lot like Uncle Lewis, doesn't he? They look alike, and my dad, I always got the feeling, didn't care much for me. Here's an early picture of me. I'm about to go off to school, and Dad is filling my lunchbox with Mooney literature. Yeah, some of these take a little time. Yeah. Okay. And here we have my uncle. Yeah, sometimes it's just you and me, I've noticed that, Mark. Here is my Uncle Billy, who a couple of years ago, it's kind of a sad thing, did away with himself because of depression over poor penmanship. So, well, they think that's what the suicide note said. They're not sure. It was a little bit messy. And here we have my factory, the Miller Incorporated Company. They manufacture do-it-yourself facelift kits for people who are too ugly to leave the house. And here's one of my favorite restaurants, Lowry's The Prime Rib in Beverly Hills. It's not Lowry's Prime Rib, it's Lowry's The Prime Rib. Here I am inside eating with my brother-in-law, the deadbeat. Oh, yeah, and here's a picture of me taken with George Steinbrenner. You might recognize him, the owner of the Yankees. Go along with me on this, okay? George was busy on his autobiography of his childhood. I never had a pet I didn't kill. George Steinbrenner. And here I am with Lenora, one of my early girlfriends. I used to take her out for drinks. Yeah, she's cross-eyed. Can you see that? Yeah, she was cross-eyed. Yeah, I buy her a lot of drinks and then keep saying, "Here's looking at you, kid." I think I should be holding them longer after I do the punchline, okay? And here is the Comedy Store, world-famous nightclub where I've worked since the spring of 1927. Here's my first night on stage. I went on at 3 o'clock in the morning. I followed Rex the gas-passing chicken. Thank you very much.